Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. My name is Lauren Lake Petrick. I am a licensed cosmetologist, a microblade technician, and an eyelash technician, and I'm here to share with you the mysteries of microblading. Before I start, I want to mention that I have all this information on my webpage, www.llpbeautyartisan.com. You're welcome to check that out. The question I get the most is, what is microblading? And that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about what is microblading, does it hurt, how long does it last, and how much does it cost? Microblading is the depositing of pigment under the epidermis to recreate the effect of hair. It is different than a tattoo in the fact that it is deposited below the epidermis, above the dermis. Traditional tattoos are below the epidermis, making them permanent. Microblading, because it's deposited above the dermis, is considered a semi-permanent tattoo, and you're not going to get those weird hues that we're finding with the traditional tattoo done with a machine. There's a few more benefits, including the fact that you're going to get little to less or no scarring like you would with a traditional tattoo and machine on the face. What I use is a U-blade. This is a microblade. That is a microblade. It's a U-shaped blade that has 18, that's an 18-point blade. So that has 18 points, micro points on the blade. I put it in a tool like this. That is what we blade into the skin with. It's more like using a razor than a tattoo machine. So this is the pigment that I use. It's by Fee Brows. It is the best pigment, in my opinion, that you can buy in the world. This bottle is almost $100. Make sure that wherever you're going, they're not getting their pigments on Amazon or buying cheap pigments, because that is going to get deposited into your body forever. The next question is, does it hurt? That's the question I get a lot. Well, I'm going to tell you, I microbladed or bladed my own brows a few weeks ago with no anesthetic, and it was tolerable. It felt like cat scratches or maybe paper cuts. You can tell they're healed a few weeks out. This is without any makeup on them whatsoever. But I use anesthetic for my guests. It's a 1% lidocaine that I apply topically to the skin before we even start the procedure. That will dramatically reduce your feeling. And then once I make the first pass of cuts that basically outline the shape, we put on another layer of topical anesthetic to make you almost completely numb. In fact, all of my guests have been, as far as I understand, very, very comfortable. Everybody's pain tolerance is relative. I go out of my way to make sure that my guests are comfortable, that they are in little to no pain. How long does it last? It's considered a semi-permanent tattoo. Ideally, you're looking anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half. Sometimes it lasts even longer, maybe up to 3 years, depending on how well you care for your skin type. There's a lot of contributing factors. Also, there's a list of contraindications that I can share with you on whether or not you would be a candidate for microblading. But I'm not gonna do that in this video. I think I'm gonna do that in another video that is going to include aftercare for microblading. This brings me to my next question: how much does it cost? If you're in LA, San Diego, Orange County, you're easily gonna pay $500 for the service. I'm in the Inland Empire, so I'm about an hour inland from those places, and I charge $400 for both services. A lot of technicians will package their prices for 2 services into one purchase. I prefer to split them up. Most guests need a touch-up anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks after the original service. But for the convenience of my guests, I split it up. So the first service is gonna be $300. The second service, which is 4 to 8 weeks from the original service, that's your touch-up, that's $100. I'm finding 25% of my guests don't need a touch-up, and that's because they have done their due diligence to take very good care of their brows. You'll know by week 3 if you need a touch-up. You'll find patches missing of pigment. Maybe you wanted to alter the shape just a tad, or if you wanted to make the lines darker, if there wasn't enough pigment. Those would be reasons to do a touch-up. And I will send you home with written instructions on how to take care of your brows, all the after products that you would need to care for your brows in that period of time. But yeah, you're looking at about $400 for both services. 25% of my guests don't need a touch-up, which is great. That $400 price though for both services, that does not include shading. If you want to look like the ombre brows, or if you want to look like you have filled in makeup applied to your brows, that would include shading. That's an extra $100 for the service. As the certifications of the microblade tech go up, as their experience goes up, of course they're going to charge more, which is great. In the state of California, you need to be a licensed tattoo artist, which I am. And then you also want to make sure that your microblade technician is actually certified through some type of training program. This is not a skill that you can learn via YouTube. Myself, for example, I have been trained with FeeBrows. FeeBrows is an international academy. They actually innovated the microblading technique, and they are the most prestigious in the world as far as I'm concerned. My training has been about a 3-month-long process, which I think actually has been to my benefit as opposed to a 3 or 5-day course. Can I microblade someone's eyebrows after taking a 3 to 5-day course? Sure, why not? But am I going to have mastered the skill within that time frame? Probably not. I hope this kind of clears up a few questions. If you have any more questions, please go to my webpage, www.llpbeautyartisan.com. I'll add the link on the screen somewhere here, hopefully. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.